So please join me in welcoming the one and only Travis Luther.
I found out this morning I wasn't actually getting an award, so I brought my own, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. But I want to do two things before I start my 47-minute keynote. The first one I want to do is Dr. Davidson had mentioned that I had helped found a pitch competition here on campus, and I had done that in conjunction with Professor David Beckold. And this year, or last year I guess, as we started work on that program, he got sick again, and so we weren't able to do it. And I have learned, unfortunately, that he passed away from that illness. And so I just want to take a moment of silence for David, my compadre in entrepreneurship, who never heard a bad idea, was always so enthusiastic about the students and the ideas that they brought to him. And I just want to honor him for one moment. Thank you. The second thing I want to do is I want to give a shout out to my alumni board table right out there. You'll know which one it is because, that's right, by the end of the night it will be upside down and smoldering. And I just want to tell all of you scholars here that as you leave campus and become alumni, please reach out to the Alumni Association and become part of this organization that has become such a big part of my life. Okay, so let's get on with the talk. So I was asked to kind of explain my journey, how I ended up becoming a student here, an adjunct professor here, an alumni board member, and a foundation board member here. And so this is my journey, which I learned is a lot like many Roadrunner journeys. My mother got pregnant with me when she was 15, and by the time she was 19, she was a single mother of 3 kids. We were on welfare, state assistance, church assistance, and didn't really start at a place where most people start. Kind of the double-edged sword of poverty is, even though I had a lot of ambition in my life and a lot of dreams for myself, I didn't have the resources to get a lot of those started. And unfortunately, as a poor child in a small town, there's also a lot of stigma associated with being low income. And there's not a lot of mentors out there that want to help or get involved in your life and help take it to the next level. Also, because of my family circumstances, I had to drop out of high school. I also got my GED, so I applaud you. I know what that takes too, but I had to drop out of high school and help take care of my family. And at some point, I thought maybe entrepreneurship might be my road out of poverty and kind of my path to building my own life. But like I said, I didn't have a lot of mentors and I didn't have a lot of help. So I tried to build businesses and businesses and businesses, and unfortunately they failed. And in retrospect now I can say I learned a lot about them, but they weren't financially advantageous. I also had a lot of naysayers, right? They said, Travis, you're already starting from this terrible place, from this really low spot on the totem pole. Why are you putting yourself through all this trauma, spending all of your money trying to be an entrepreneur? Why don't you go to college? So I will admit, when I finally decided to go to college after burning down many, many, many businesses, the college I chose was MSU Denver. And I did that for 2 reasons. One, they would have me. Maybe no one else would. And 2, there was just something exciting about coming to a big city and being on a campus downtown, and I really enjoyed it. But going back to that double-edged sword of poverty, you know, when we talk about equity these days, I don't know that a lot of people understand what that means, but I want to give a baseball reference that helps highlight my situation. It's something I heard just this morning. Yogi Berra said there's a guy on third base. Well, the guy on third base was actually born on third base, but the problem is he thinks he hit a triple. And that's a lot of what happens. A lot of folks like me aren't even on third base. We're born in the dugout, and everybody else is on the field, and we don't really get a chance, and we don't get a lot of mentorship like I talked about earlier, which is so important. So the reason I brought this award was because when I entered MSU, like I said, I had burned down all these businesses, I hadn't been successful, I had never found a mentor, I didn't have anybody who ever believed in me, and I thought maybe I was a failure, maybe entrepreneurship wasn't for me, and the reason I came here was to get a degree so I could enter the workforce. But when I got here, people asked me, what are your dreams? What are your ideas? What do you want to do? And I said, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to own businesses. And somebody suggested that I join the MSU Marketing Club. And at that time, I had started a new business called Valet Ads. And what Valet Ads did is it sold advertising on valet tickets. My first client was actually Cronky. I was working as a valet, and I was like, wow, there's all these rich people. If I could give them an ad on this valet ticket, maybe I could make some money off it. And Cronky was like, we like rich people. Right? They wanted to sell season tickets to the Avs games and the Nuggets games and things of that nature. And so in the marketing club, I presented that idea. They had the American Marketing Association come in and judge our ideas. And I actually won this award. And this award is from 2006. I didn't even win first place. I won second place. But the important thing about this award and why it sits in the center of my trophy case as the most important award I ever won was because it was the first time I was recognized and that somebody said your ideas are good and they're worth pursuing. And that had never happened in my life before. And so it's this institution of all places that gave me that opportunity. It's that this institution that said, I believe in you, we believe in you, you should pursue your dreams. And it was a massive eye-opening experience for me, and I'll never forget it. So this award right here might not be highly valuable. It's acrylic. It's probably valued at $1 maybe to recycle. But it's worth, in the years since I left MSU, the worth of this is tens of millions of dollars in economic activity here in Denver, dozens and dozens of jobs that I was able to create off the momentum from this award, and personally a fulfillment of my dreams. As I've said in another talk, I grew up to be the guy that I wanted to be. I grew up to be the guy I always had in mind, and I did that with the help of the, sorry, I get a little emotional about it, the help of this institution and the belief that this institution had in me. Yeah. So I owe this institution an enormous debt for what this institution has provided to me. And part of paying that debt back is being on the alumni board, where I've made some of my best friends in all of the world, being on the foundation board, where my pockets have been pulled inside out and I've been tipped upside down and drained of everything I ever made. And finally, my family and I decided that we wanted to make a more permanent, lasting gift. And so we created the Luther Family Endowment, Finish Line Endowment. And what our endowment does is it guarantees that students like me, who are within 1 or 2 semesters of graduating and have hit a financial crisis, have access to the money that they need to graduate. Because I want everybody to have a moment like this. I want everybody to have a moment in which somebody recognizes them, tells them that their ideas are great and that their dreams are worth pursuing, and our family will continue to do that. Thank you very much. Please, please, please support this school. Give, 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 give. Don't wait till you're dead, because you want to enjoy it now. You want to see the outcome of your gifts. You want to see that right now. So I appreciate it very much. Thank you.